Tipping the scales, just over 11,000 pounds. Big 40-foot, beautiful front kitchen destination camping bungalow. Back to us here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. We originally sold this to its original owner not too awful long ago. They had all kinds of plans, how they, wanted to get away from home and get out and kind of use it like a retreat cabin. And as far as I can tell, they just never did. Now, I always try to start my videos by saying how the weight, like this weighs 11,135 pounds or something like that. In a destination trailer, it often doesn't matter because most people will call us and say, look, I don't have a tow vehicle, or I've only got a half ton and this thing's too big, too long, too heavy, whatever. What can you do? Frankly, guys, we can have this delivered just about anywhere you want, and typically ends up being a lot cheaper than you going to buy a new truck just to, tow something one or two times. So if what you're looking for is like a seasonal destination type cabin job, this is a nearly new loaded. When this was built, you really couldn't put any more options on this thing than you're looking at right here. Now, as we go through, you will quickly see that phrasing of like new condition is not just thrown around willy-nilly here. It is absolutely earned. There's a lot to cover, though. What makes this thing tick? Because there's lots of different destination trailers out there. Bungalows are a little bit bigger than most. This is a full 102-inch wide body, which means 8.5 wide, versus a standard 8-foot body camper. Also, they're at 8 feet tall interior. A lot of destination trailers are only 7 or 7.5. So that is giving us taller ceilings, taller slides, wider, bigger, everything, like especially when it comes to windows. You can clearly see the big windows on this thing, and that is something I love. What I also love about this is that there are sister windows in this floor plan. So like these windows here overlooking your seating, staring directly across from that over here on the campsite of the RV are additional windows or your sliding patio door. You'll see those in just a second. Let's move over here to the kitchen because this is a front kitchen floor plan, so let's kind of knock that out first. You can see that, residential refrigerator. Normally, I'm not a fan of these, but this is an RV that is not really going to be towed a lot, so I think this is the proper application for a residential refrigerator versus, if you're going to be towing a lot, I kind of feel like a gas electric fridge or a 12-volt is really the way to go, but they don't usually make 12 volts this large. I also want to take a second to really crack everything open and let you get a good idea of the depth and the scope and the scale. So those cabinets, both above and beside the fridge, are as deep as that whole enclosure right there. Just kind of give you a three-dimensional look at it. And these shelves, if you wanted to, you could easily pop 1 or 2 shelves out there. You might notice little wire like shelf organizers inside the previous owners added. Up front here, below the sink, we have that huge wide open area. And there's actually a recessed shelf back there. So if you want a big wastebasket and room for things like your dish soaps and whatnot, plenty of space there. And as we swing right around, again, you can see just every ounce of the cabinet space. Wherever there's countertop, which there's a lot, wherever there's countertop, there is cabinet space in this one. You might also notice that shininess, technical term. This is solid surface countertops. Once again, this was built with basically every option that was possibly available when this model was built. The fiberglass skin upgrade, the dual centralized air conditioners, the thermal package, pretty much everything possible was applied to this camper right here, and I love those bar stools. I'm a sucker for kitchen bar stools. I love that. Plywood drawers down to the floor, and this is one of those areas, if you ever want to see like how hard or how roughly was an RV used, look inside the top kitchen drawer, because that is the drawer that will be used the most. It will be scuffed up the most. There'll be little black marks from the scuffing and stuff. There's none of that. There's none of it. It is just about as flawless as you can get. This RV was just basically not used. Unfortunately so. Now, as we go up here, again, good cabinet space even above and around the microwave. And that is a huge residential-sized microwave. It is not convection, but it could very easily be swapped for a convection microwave. Then again, having that full, more household-style 4-burner stove and big oven down here, I don't know that you're going to need a convection microwave in here. I think it's doing just fine. Now, I do want to take one more step back here so that you can get a good look at the front area of this without the cabinets all open up, because it just has such a striking aesthetic to it. And like I said, it doesn't matter what side of the camper you're on. If you are just looking for all of the windows, This one gives us all of the windows. And I think this floor plan has always been one of my personal favorites. Like if you had a destination site, if you're overlooking a lake or something like that, oh man, the views that you can get out of this thing are stellar. And then as we whip over here to the door side, again, the views that you get on the door side with this sliding like patio privacy door, absolutely fantastic. Plus, you might have noticed when we were outside, there are no slides over here on the door side of the RV, just tons of windows. So it's super deck friendly. If you, like around here, especially in the Midwest, oh my gosh, if you have a destination trailer like this or a seasonal site, it's like everybody and their brothers building themselves a deck to put up next to this thing. You've got that single floating recliner there. And if I get a little bit closer, you may notice how it's actually got like a little kind of floating ottoman footstool here. You could use that in front of the sofa, but there's also some storage below that. That's the same kind of thing they're still doing today. Even up in Jayco's luxury fifth wheels, like the North Points and Pinnacles, they do that stuff. Love those. I love the symmetry of these windows as well. So, entertainment center over here. Obviously, that TV can pivot around for easy viewing. You could watch it from the recliner. From the sofa, you could kind of center mount it, be able to have a little social seating area, and that's another thing I like about this, whether it's a front kitchen or rear kitchen. The seating is always very social. It's very inward focused. If it is just one or two of you, you know, you've got a little private, you know, nook here that you can retreat to. But if you want some friends over and entertain, this is one of the best entertainers floor plans that I think I can imagine. Those are wood slat blinds, by the way, which is really nice because they're a lot easier to clean than cloth, you know, mini blinds or shades, or well, metallic mini blinds or cloth shades. Now, also, because the ceiling is 8 foot tall, that means that you have like a 7 foot tall slide out. It is exceptionally big in here. And I'll mention it again, but we'll see it again in the bathroom. Up top here, you've got dual centralized air conditioning. You can see that residential fan, but right here above the kitchen, there is also a power ceiling vent fan just to get rid of all that, you know, heat from cooking. One of the other nice aspects of these destination trailers, with them being an extra 6 inches wide, that means that there's an extra 6 inches of depth here in the bathroom. So if you're a little bit fluffy, if you're looking for a fluffy, friendly camper, you've got some more hip and shoulder room around that toilet than a lot of them. You can see that shower with just obviously a super tall ceiling because we are in a super tall trailer. It does still, of course, have that corner seat. And then over here, you either have huge storage or you are ready for a stackable washer dryer. And I don't want to make any assumptions. For those who maybe are new to this and aren't sure what that means, if you wanted to, you could put a big washer and dryer in here specific for the RV industry. Or you could put a combo washer and dryer in here and kind of split the difference and still have some storage space. Obviously, folks never did that. From there, we move back to the bedroom. You can see how just like the living room, you've got that residential style ceiling fan, and there's that second centralized air unit in here. You have 50 amp service. You will be able to keep this thing nice and cool in those hot summer months, especially since this was built with the J-Flight thermal package, which is among the best in its class out there. This is a king bed that we're looking at right here. You can see little side stands, a little place to maybe set down your phone. There are newer Travelers CPAP machines that are a smaller profile that could fit up there, by the way. The bed is easy lift. There's storage below, but check this out. I love the little bonus drawers that are below the rear closet. And I try to shoot people straight because, like, if I just stood here and went like this, there's something that, unless you have just an eagle eye, you would never notice. And frankly, I had to get right up close to it. And that is right here. If I get up near it, you start to see. Unfortunately, there is a spider crack on this mirror. And if I see something, I say something, guys. Understand, I could have gone like this, and I could have walked in here, and I've been like, boy, everything is ship shape. Wait till you take this one home. And then when you got it home, I could be like, huh, you must have broke it or something. So we are not that type of place. We will shoot you straight, and we will proactively let you know if there's something you need to know about. So know that you are getting a fair deal and fair treatment here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. If that's not a good example of that, I don't know what is. And again, you have dresser space below the closet. Huge 6-drawer dresser across. If you wanted to, you could throw a TV against the wall. Looks like previous owner did that. The good news is that makes it easier for you to know where to put a TV. And it kind of goes without saying, but yes, you can see there's additional long-term storage space above. I think what that would be cool for is if you're swapping out seasonal clothes like spring clothes or fall clothes. You can have a little change of wardrobe stored up there. Just like the inside, basically everything outside looking real good. Normally, this would have had a corrugated aluminum skin like we're seeing over here. It was built with their fiberglass skin option. That doesn't change the skeletal structure, but it does give it that you know, gel-coated high-gloss skin on top of a double-layered backer, which basically means this thing is like incredibly going to be like hail-resistant, and it is so much easier to clean now. This thing has a huge amount of surface area. Without that smooth skin, it'd be a bear to clean. The water heater up front is something else I want to talk about. Most travel trailers have a 6-gallon gas electric water heater. If you're lucky, very exceptional trailers might have a 10-gallon gas electric water heater. This thing has an even larger gas electric water heater, so that if you do want to take back-to-back hot showers or do some cooking while someone's showering, you can spend more time living in it and spend less time waiting on water to heat back up. So again, we're 102 wide. It's got that good look up front, gives you that excellent visibility in where you want to go. Another quick note here, if I get a little bit closer, I've mentioned it has the J-Flight thermal package. You might not be aware of exactly what that entails, and I really can't show you a terrible amount of it because most of it, if it's doing its job, you can't see. It has an enclosed heated belly, but there's also residential insulation and a radiant barrier there to help improve your hot-cold camp capability. Now, most of the action on these is inside, on the campsite, and up front. There's not a whole lot to see here. I just wanted you folks to get to see that it is in good shape and there's no like areas where like a tree branch smashed it or nothing like that. And that pretty much covers us. Like I said, she's deck friendly, great shape, loaded up for the year. You're just basically not paying the new RV price tag. And if you need help getting this parked on a lot, you let us know and we can help arrange delivery to your destination. Just give us a call, let us know where you live. We'll put a figure together for you. No sweat. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett RV Broker camping, everyone.